In an underwhelming plot point, they got hit by something bad. And the reboot failed so hard again in the most depressing way. It's what we feared, they're here, don't want no more. Craptastic bore!
Don't make no more!
Just give it back to Marvel.
Reed Richards is a punk out!
Sue wasn't even there.
Johnny is the human douche!
The Thing barely gets to fight.
Don't want no more!
Craptastic bore! Craptastic bore! What's up, guys? Fat Samurai Guy here with Lady Fat Blood. Today on the channel we're going to review Fan4stick. Here's a quick plot synopsis.
In an effort to once again retain the movie rights, another soulless cash grab is created in Perplexing Bore. Mediocrity gives way to what the fuckery as the lackluster story completely collapses in on itself and the audience is left begging, please give Marvel the rights back.
Now we're going to give you the good, we're going to give you the bad, we're going to give you the badass. First up, the good. Well, the casting was good. I like the casting. I mean, this is not the usual Fantastic Four that we're used to. This is based off the Ultimate Universe of Fantastic Four. That's why everybody is younger in this movie, so that's fine. And the casting choices I thought was well done.
Okay, you can put it this way: the actors were capable.
Yeah, the acting was decent for what they had to work with. Another scene I liked was the scene where Dr. Doom walks around into the hospital, and once you see that sequence, you'll see what I'm talking about. That was decent. And there was a couple of ideas and concepts that we kind of thought was, oh, well, that's interesting. And one of them being that once they get their powers, they pretty much are being used and trained by the military to become weapons. So that was something different, and that kind of makes sense in today's society. If we had something like this happen today, they would definitely be working for the military as weapons. So that was something that was different. And now for the bad. Everything else in this movie, damn it.
I can't even say that there was a lot of potential there.
Oh.
Because our experience with the film was very similar to each other. We were sitting there and we had heard a lot of negativity, and
yes.
So we weren't expecting anything going in, and we
low expectations, low.
Yeah, and you know when you hear that people are trying to do a new take on something and they're reimagining this and reimagining that, you start thinking, okay, well, this is either going to be a really good idea or, and so I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt when I first saw the trailer, and then you start hearing the reviews and it's like, oh damn.
Regardless of the review, we still were like, you know what, let's give the movie a shot. Let's give it a chance.
Yeah.
And to be honest, we were actually fine.
It was a very underwhelming, mediocre first half of the film.
It was bland.
But it wasn't like, oh God, can we please just get on with it? Oh God, what's this acting? What's this story? There was a lot of moments where especially involving Doom, unfortunately, this is one of the worst villains, and I'm not saying the actor. He had nothing to work with.
It's not his fault.
This guy, he had absolute zero to go off of. So none of the actors are at fault here. Even at the end, I think you can start telling where the reshoots are, because by the end, everyone's phoning it in. Yeah. Everyone is
you can tell.
What's my line? Paycheck. Thank you. I'm done.
Especially from Miles Teller, you can tell.
Not any of the actors' fault. Everybody did what they could, and there really wasn't. But the worst villain ever, the worst motives for the villain, the worst setup. There was no payoff for the villain whatsoever. And before he was the villain, Doom was basically this whiny little shit who was just, you guys have just all you know, you guys have ruined the planet. We don't deserve the planet. We don't deserve to go getting the resources off another planet. That's our villain.
Yeah.
That's our villain.
Doctor Doom, one of the most badass and powerful villains in the Marvel comic book universe, okay? This is what he looked like in the 90s, okay? This is what he looked like in the 2000s, 2005, okay? 10 years later, 10 years, we had 10 years, okay, to make him look better. What the fuck is this? What is this, trash bag man? Really? Is this what we get 10 years later? Yeah, that's how he looks in the film. And, you know, like I said, we were actually fine. We were fine. I was like, well, this isn't that bad.
This is there.
Yeah, it's not bad. And you got the typical bland origin story. We expected it to be slow, because usually with origin stories, you know, it's slow and they get their powers and then action sequences start, okay? So I had a lot of patience and I was actually fine. There was a few chuckles here and there, a few jokes. It was okay. But when they create the technology that transports them to another dimension, after that, when they got back to Earth, that's when the movie fell apart. For even more for me, that's when the boredom and the slowness started to sink in. It's like, okay, they have their powers now. Let's get this shit going now. I was patient with you, movie. I was patient with you for the whole beginning and towards the middle. And then when we got back to Earth, I was just kind of like, okay, guys, all right.
What are we doing? Are we going anywhere with this? Do we have a plan for this for the rest of the movie?
No.
Did we? It fell off the tracks.
Mm-hmm.
It completely fell apart, and not in the train wreck of, oh, this is so much fun to watch. It is perplexing what happened midway through this film. We thought we were going somewhere and doing something. Where are the Fantastic Four in this movie? There is no camaraderie. There is no teamwork. They maybe have 2 minutes on the screen where they're actually fighting together as a team, and even then,
2 minutes.
It's the most underwhelming, mismatched. Just what the hell are we doing? We don't even know. We didn't even plan this last action sequence, and it's not even an action sequence.
No.
I'm going to tell you right now. Do not expect a finale in this film. We had the same reaction. We were talking on the way home from the theater. We had a moment in the film where we both, in our heads, were thinking, holy shit, this is the actual end of the film.
Yeah.
They have been sucked.
This is the finale.
This is the finale.
Basically, we were in the theater, and at the same time, I was just like, oh my dear God, this is the end of the movie, isn't it?
Doom is awakened.
Oh my God.
And he's hatched his really half-assed, half-baked, nefarious plan.
There was no reason for him to be evil in this movie. And the editing in this movie was terrible too. Like, there was parts where we have a sequence that is supposed to have some emotional weight, and then cut! Oh, we're up somewhere else. I mean, I actually was laughing at it in the theater. I was like, wait, what the hell?
A couple of unintentional chuckles.
There was no reason for the team to exist. The Fantastic Four, okay, you got Reed Richards is there. He's the brain, okay? You got Sue, she's smart. But there was no reason really in the movie, if you watch it, don't watch it, but if you watch it, there's no reason for Jamie Bell's character, who plays the Thing, there's absolutely no reason for him to be there in the movie. None. Okay, in the old comic books, Benjamin Grimm was actually smart as well. He was with them as an astronaut when they went off to explore and they got their powers, okay? There was no reason for him to be in there. And I feel sorry for Jamie Bell because he's a good young actor, but really anybody could have played this part. Anybody could have played this part. I could have played this part. What a revolt in development. I mean, seriously, I could have played Benjamin Grimm. I mean, it was just a waste. Everybody was a waste. This movie was just a waste of time and money. And there was really no reason for Michael B. Jordan's character, who plays the Human Torch, there was no reason for him to be there. Just to work for his father, to earn money, to get his car back. That is it. And now for the badass. And for a movie this expensive, the CG wasn't really great, guys. Okay, there's some parts where the CG was okay, and then there's some parts where you look at the thing and you're like, ugh. I mean, there's one scene where Reed Richards does this morphing transformation sequence, and it looks terrible.
We're talking Ang Lee's The Hulk CG.
Yeah, we went back like 15 years ago, CG animation. It's horrible for a movie this expensive. And out of all the characters I've always liked The Thing. He was the most fun to watch, and he barely did anything. He said his famous line, "It's clobbering time," and punched once.
And you know why he said that line? It's because his older brother used to beat the shit out of him when he was a kid, and that's the line he said before he beat him.
Fantastic Four. Remember that epic shot from the trailer that they showed all the times at the end of the trailer? You see the Thing being dropped down, okay, from on high, from the airplane to go down and tear shit up. None of that shit was in the movie, guys. And now we're about to get into spoiler territory, so if you want to avoid all of the spoilers, just forward to this time right here at the end of the video and you can see our review of the film. But really, you don't have to go anywhere. You don't, because if you've seen the damn trailer, you've seen the movie.
And the editing was all over the place. There were scenes, I'm positive, where we had another half the conversation missing. And a couple of times, very noticeable. And there was really crappy, cheesy line at the end where they're getting their ass kicked by Dr. Doom, which basically meant that the Thing got toppled by bigger rocks, and that's what stopped him. The torch got something thrown on him that stopped his flame. Reed got just to the side, and Sue got another stronger force field collapsing in on her. Real great job there, guys. And that was the extent of the fight. And then they, whatever, pull out of it. And the really cheesy line that he's stronger than us, yes, but he's not stronger than all of us. However the hell it went. And then all of a sudden, you see Doom, and then Rita just pops up. And it's like, wait, we formed a plan?
Yeah,
oh, we formed a plan. Oh, okay. And then they defeat him somehow. They go back to the planet. That's it. So not Morgan Freeman, Sue and Johnny's dad. He did the best he could, of course. And there were moments where you could kind of see he was a caring father, and you know, equally so to Johnny and Sue. And I thought it was really interesting how he told Sue this line, "It's always been easier for you," in mentioning how she works with the way they do things versus Johnny. Johnny's kind of a loose cannon. He's one of those smart guys, but he's bored, I guess. I don't know. You don't really know. He's seen at the beginning of the movie drag racing, and because he's a bad boy, which, you know, he was kind of a jerk in the other movies too. He was the sarcastic one. That's okay, fine. But so they tried to establish this fatherly relationship, and he dies towards the end of the film. Von Doom just kills him for no reason. He just kills him.
Didn't see that coming.
He just kills him. In one of the weakest, most undramatic death scenes I have ever seen. Guardians of the Galaxy, the very beginning of that movie, featured a 5-minute scene with young Star-Lord being in the room with his mom dying of cancer, and she dies just like, you know, this emotional moment. We had an entire film with this man, and his death scene consisted of, oh no, we've got to get him.
That's it, done.
And guess what? His final death words were overdubbed with another line. He mouthed the words because he kept saying, "Take care of your family. Family takes care of each other." His actual mouthed words were, "Take care of your family." And they overdubbed him with, "Take care of each other." So this is what it looked like. Take care of each other. So you have this unemotional, undramatic death with this character who has been in the entire film this time with these characters.
And Sue and Johnny come over there. "Oh no, get the bad guy. It's time to get him. And then they follow him through the other dimension and have the lame fight, and that's the end of the fucking movie, guys.
And so they get their own facility.
Oh.
They get their own facility at the end. The government gives them their own facility to do whatever they need to do. And they're like, "We're gonna do things our way." And the government's like, "Okay, what else are we gonna do? You know, we need you to do stuff, so okay, fine." And they end up naming the facility after the dad. And you got Sue and Johnny standing next to each other, and yeah, they just lost their dad. And this is the dramatic final thoughts on their dad. "Well, you know, Dad was allergic to his name in big letters."
Keep in mind This scene, because this is where we're talking about the choppy editing. This fond joke memory of their father happened, 5 minutes after he died? Okay.
Because the finale was like nothing.
Yeah. This is bullshit.
The finale was
bullshit.
Quick as hell.
And the cheesy setting up. What should we call ourselves? How about I got it? Then it goes to the credits. Fantastic. I was like, oh. And now let's talk about Doctor Doom.
Did you catch the line that Sue threw at him when they were still humans?
No, what'd you say?
When he was talking about he was like all, we've already wrecked our planet and blah 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 blah, blah. And she goes, wow, you're a regular Doctor Doom. It's not worth it! It's not worth it! It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it.
And another example of bad editing. Okay, so they perfect the technology to transport to other dimensions. Okay, keep in mind, Doom, when they went over there first, Doom fell, got the primordial ooze that got on him and everybody else. So he was left at the other dimension when the other team came back. So now we got some new astronauts. The technology's been repaired. They send them over to the dimension. And soon as these astronauts land on this dimension, or planet, out of nowhere, because of the horrible choppy editing, Dr. Doom comes out of nowhere and goes, I knew you'd come back! Like, what? Now keep this in mind. They bring him back to our planet, okay? He's laid out, then he wakes up, starts having dialogue, and starts fucking everything up, okay? With his powers. This is the main meat. This is why he's evil, okay? He says, your guys are not going to destroy my planet like you destroyed yours. So he fucks everything up, gets back into the device, sends him back to his planet dimension.
Overloads it, creates a black hole thing to start destroying the Earth. So if he didn't want us to destroy his planet, why did he come back? Why didn't he just kill the astronauts? Or destroy the device every time they sent one in? Or something, I don't know. But I guess that was the best thing he could come up with. But he just, it was just like, oh.
It made no sense for him to go back with them and allow them to take him back to Earth. No sense! This movie made no fucking sense!
It would have actually made more sense if he hadn't said, I knew you'd come back, as if he wanted them to come back for him. If he had killed the astronauts, hijacked the tech, and then gone back to Earth, and then jacked everything up, and then created the wormhole or black hole, it actually would have made more sense. But
a little bit.
It would have made a little more sense because, okay, he knows that they're going to destroy his planet, so he wants to go there and do like a first strike, and then kill them first before they can kill his stuff. That would have made more sense, but they almost made it seem like he wanted to go back because, I've been lonely this whole time. I don't know. I don't think they knew. Everybody knows that this movie was plagued with issues. Everybody knows it. The director has gone on record, and we don't know whose side to believe at this point. This is you.
So again, guys, please do not see this movie, okay? Don't see this movie, all right? As horribly bad as the first three Fantastic Four films were, okay, at least there was some kind of goofy, so bad it's just you can make fun of it, goofiness here and there that you can pick with.
They were the Fantastic Four. They were the Fantastic Four. They were fighting and doing stuff as a team. Yeah, they bickered and they got on your nerves because they were always for petty shit. But they were the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Don't make me defend Corman!
And there was no level of excitement in this movie. I mean, what were they trying to do? Make the Dark Knight version, serious, gritty version of Fantastic Four? Is that what they were trying to do here? You know? But it's just like, there was no excitement, guys. Please do not go see this movie, okay?
Don't even run it. Netflix it. Get it.
Yeah.
Get on Hulu if you can. Don't. Just
Waste
don't.
of money. I mean, at least Rise of the Silver Surfer had the Silver Surfer. As bad as that movie was, every time the Silver Surfer showed up on screen, the movie was good. There was a level of excitement there. None of that in this movie. None of that. Ant-Man. Ant-Man, okay? Fantastic Four is more popular and more known than Ant-Man, okay? But with Ant-Man, fun, great movie, good time. Fantastic Four should have been this. We're going backwards, guys. This is the mid 2000 era where comic book movies were bad. Daredevil, Ghost Rider. Okay, we're going back. Okay, there's no more excuses. If you can make Ant-Man a good movie, there is no more excuses for bad comic book movies anymore. No more.
So bottom line, not the worst thing out there, but so underwhelming, so no effort to studio interference meets director having a bitch fit that he wasn't making the movie he wanted to make, and everybody just lost. Everybody lost in this film. We lost, the actors lost, the director, the studio. Everyone has lost in this film. So this boredom spectacle gets a 2 out of 5. And that's all for this episode, guys. If you like the movie, let us know. If you hated it, let us know. And if you like this video, please hit like, share, and subscribe. And see you next time.
I love you, Susan. It's